Good morning children, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and safe inside your homes. Now today we are going to start with third chapter in English, that is Colorful Shoes. I repeat, we are going to start with third chapter in English, that is Colorful Shoes. Now before starting with the story, first let us find out all the key words so that you can easily understand the chapter. So now first let us start with hard word. So the first hard word is football strip. So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by football strip? It means that a uniform which is to be worn to differentiate between the teams. A uniform which is supposed to be worn to differentiate between the teams which we wear during the football match. So that is what we call a football stripe. Second which we have is proper. So what do you mean by proper? Proper is a word which we use every day. So proper, it means according to a general standard. Proper, it means according to a general standard. In the picture also you can see that a football strip, it means a uniform which that boy is wearing, and there are certain parts of uniform, like there are pads attached to knees so that you don't injure your knee. So this is what do you mean by football strip, which is a uniform to be worn to differentiate between the teams. And second which we had is proper, which means according to a general standard. Now let us move to the third one, outsole. Now what do you mean by outsole? The outer sole of a shoe, especially the sports shoe. The outer sole of the shoe is what you actually mean by outsole. So that is when you say an outer sole of a shoe, especially a sports shoe, then it is known as outsole. Last is shin pads. Now what do you mean shin, S-H-I-N, shin pads? It means the pads which we wear to protect ourselves, to protect our knees. Even in the picture you can see that, to protect our knees when we play during the match. So that is what we mean by shin pads. So now we have studied all the hard words. So now let us start with the story. So now I will read it out. So girls, I have some good news for you inside this envelope. So somebody is saying, we don't know who it is first of all. So girls, I have some good news for you in this envelope. So there is an envelope in the picture, you can see that, and he is saying, I have got some good news. Your PE teacher, that is a physical education teacher, has asked me to give you these. Give this to your parents and don't open it. So the man standing over there is telling that your PE teacher has given me to hand over this to you and you have to give it to your parents. You do not have to open it. So now next what happens? Back at Jen's house, it means there's a kid called Jen, and so when he is at home, Dad, quick, open this. Mr. Lewis says there's some good news inside. So what's the good news? We still don't know. So he's asking his dad to open this envelope for him. Say hello to me first, Jan. So what is his dad saying? He's saying first please say hello to me, and then he will open up with the envelope. Your PE teacher is starting football lessons for you girls next week. So what is happening? That he's saying that your PE teacher is starting football lessons for you next week. So they are really happy, they are really very excited. Wow, really? Football? Can I score 15 goals? So Jen is asking, can I score 15 goals? Wow, really? Football? So he is saying, oh yes, you can. The school will lend you each a ball to practice in the evening. So the school will lend you a ball that with you can practice in the evenings. So great. And so what is the next thing? Well, let me see. Each child will need an old t-shirt. So what is that envelope saying? That each child will need an old t-shirt, a t-shirt which is very old and not a new one, a pair of shorts and socks. So what all things do we need? An old t-shirt, a pair of shorts and socks. What about a jersey and shoes with studs? Can I have a real football strip? So Jen is asking, so what about a jersey and a shoe with stud and shoes with studs? Can I have a real football strip? So he is saying, no, sorry, except for shoes. Mr. Lewis wants you all to have new shoes. We will go to the market tomorrow to look a good pair. So he is saying that he is wanting all of you to get a pair of new shoes, and so he is telling that they will go to the market tomorrow to look for a good pair. Jen begs her father while he reads on. No real football things. He's saying no real football things, meaning will not have anything. Back in her room, Jen thinks to herself. So, Jen is thinking herself, I am going to make sure Dad buys football shoes, proper ones. So, he is saying I am going to make sure that Dad has to buy football shoes and that too proper ones. Goals, just I can score goals just the way FIFA does. So, FIFA is what? It's a football association which happens all around the world. So, she is saying that I can score goals just the way as FIFA does. FIFA heroes do. So, he is saying that she is saying that I will score goals just as the FIFA heroes do. I bet the FIFA champions always had proper football boots with studs. So, what is she saying? That she is betting, she is very sure, she is saying that the champions of FIFA, that is the FIFA champions, had always got a very nice football boots, again with the studs. So, I bet they didn't have to wear any shoes. So, Jen is saying that they didn't have to wear any ordinary shoes, they had got the best shoes with the studs. So, this is what Jen is saying. So, now will Jen get the new football shoes, or she will just get the ordinary one and she will not get the best one? So, what happens next, that we will continue in tomorrow's video. So far we have covered hard words and half part of the story, and what happens next, that is she getting the shoes or she has to manage with the ordinary ones, we will see it tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day.